entrance to our classroom for today. Down in Townsend, Georgia today, we had the day one with the Georgia DOT chainsaw coaches. Day two today, we'll be setting up some different storm situations, and this is our classroom for today. You can kind of see got a great spot to work with. We cut a couple really dead trees out yesterday to kind of get ready for it. Looking forward to today for sure. It's looking like a pretty good spot.
But hey,
need your glasses.
We had a good day today, Townsend, Georgia. Second day today, we felled some trees, 3 or 4, to actually make some storm situations. And if you look at it, we've got quite a lot set up here. We've got some pressures and binds side to side, up and down, also a hanger got to be gotten down. We worked with some dead trees, so we looked at all kinds of fiber, rotted and solid, and all kinds of stuff. So it's been a really good day. It's going to be interesting tomorrow. The guys are going to be in teams. They're going to be planning these different piles that I have marked, and they're going to be giving us a plan of what they're going to do, and then we'll see how it works. Excellent site here today, but boy, it is hot, really hot, and they've got some mosquitoes down here that they could actually sell for meat, I think, because some of them weigh close to a pound. But anyhow, they land already in the attack mode, so they're like fighter pilots. But anyhow, we've got a good setup here. They did awesome, and we're looking for a great day tomorrow. Getting ready to kick off day 3 here in Townsend, Georgia, and looking forward to today. They got some good storm situations, and we're going to see how they plan it out and handle it. So hope you hang in and enjoy it. So you have the Careful. Oh, inch and a half over, inch and a half. You're pretty high, but you want to cut an inch and a half over to the side of it. We just finished bucking and limbing up the piles, and everything went pretty good. They picked up some things on the offset cuts, and especially on a notch and a hinge use and lowering weight. And we had a couple long tall pines that ended up with a lot of pressure in them up and down, and so they got to see some of them kind of pop up when they cut through it. So it was quite impressive to them. But we got all the piles finished up. We got a little bit of spring pole to do, and we'll be finishing up here, cleaning up a bit, and then heading back out. So, but it's been a good day. Beautiful weather. A little warm again today though, but it's not unbearable. Very good. Talk to you later. Got to thinking a little bit today about a story Soren Eriksson used to talk through. He said, you know, why it is that chainsaw operators seem to be thought of as being, you know, a little lower level than some other occupations. And he always told a story, you know, thinking about a cave doctor. And it goes back to, you know, caveman times, and you start to think about how they learned and how doctors have evolved over the years. And he said, think about it, if you had somebody that was back in caveman times, and they came up with an idea. They said, you know, everybody's got some ails, they've got a little bit of pains and things that happen, and sickness of little types. Said, how did a doctor actually get started? And he said, so okay, let's say we decide to become a doctor. And so first thing we got to have is we've got to have a place to practice. So that would be, we got to clean out an area in the cave and set up a little table, maybe build a little table, and then we need some tools to work with. So he said, we go down to the local hardware cave, pick us up a nice buck knife and a roll of paper towels, because we know it might be a little bit of dirty job, but we get everything that we need to do the job with. But we have to do a little bit of advertising, so we picked up you know, some poster board and a few crayons or magic markers. I don't know what level we're up to at that point, but we put a sign out, you know, Dr. Sam. Hang it outside, and people start walking by and looking at that sign, and they say, wow, I wonder what that is. And pretty soon, you know, we waited a few days, and all of a sudden he's sitting outside and somebody's walking down the road. He said, oh me, that's terrible, I got a terrible pain right here. He looks up, he sees Dr. Sam. He said, well, maybe that's somebody I need to check out here. And so he said, Doc, can you help me? I got a terrible pain here. He said, well, come on in, let me check you out. So he lays him down on the table and he starts poking around a little bit. And yeah, he was kind of hurting a little bit. He says, you know, I don't know, we have to check this out. So he said, may hurt a little bit. Well, he took his buck knife and cut him open a little bit. And sure enough, there was some mess in there, you know. And so he took his paper towels and stuffed them down in there and wiped up a little bit. And patient didn't make it. Kind of threw him out back. Well, this had rocked on for a few weeks, and another one, he was sitting outside, and another one walked down the road and said, gosh, oh, I got a terrible pain. He said, Doc, can you help me? I got a terrible pain. He said, well, come on in, let me check you out. He said, well, Doc, this isn't going to hurt, is it? He said, no, we came across some pretty neat stuff. We call it anesthesia. He said, I think y'all call it Jack Daniels. But he said, you know, that's probably what they used back in the Kitty and Festus and Marshall Dillon times. But anyhow, they got this stuff we can give you a little shot of, you know, in the glass, and you'll be without pain during the process. Sure enough, he gave him a little bit, and he chomped in there, and, you know, another one passed away. But he kind of advanced, didn't he? A little bit less pain. Well, time rocks on, and pretty soon somebody goes by and he says, well, you know, I think that's appendicitis. I can take care of it for you. So he cuts him open, takes it out, sews it up, and we had his first living customer. And, you know, we got to thinking about what's the difference between a doctor and a chainsaw operator, and that's that, you know, doctors do something quite interesting. They make notes. They have journals that they create as to what works and what doesn't. And so that's an important part of learning things and keeping records. And so, you know, it's kind of like very few times do we, you know, take and really share information when it comes to operating a chainsaw, especially on storm damage. And so it's so important that we make note, that we find things that work, we make note of them, and we pass them along, because that really makes a big difference as to the future and how people are recognized as chainsaw operators. And it's a valuable tool. It's something that when a storm hits, and tornadoes and hurricanes, it's one of the first things that we reach for, because it makes the job so much easier. But it is dangerous if we're not aware of those things that cause those unplanned events. So that's what safety is all about, and that's how doctors got started, I believe, if you really think through it. And so we want to be ahead of that game when it comes to chainsaws, and really start to share information. So I appreciate you coming by along the ForestApps Road. That's what we're about in our training and travels, is sharing chainsaw information. So drop back by if you like it, leave us some comments, press the like button, and subscribe. So we'll alert you of next time when we have an episode of Along the ForestApps Road. See ya.